Hey there! Welcome back to another episode of the Speak English podcast. I'm David, and today's topic is something that can really boost your English speaking skills.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and I'm so happy to be here with you again. Thanks, David. I'm really excited about what we're sharing today. It's going to be super helpful.
We all want to speak English faster and more clearly, right? But most people don't know how to train that in a practical and fun way. That's exactly what we're going to show you.
That's right. No boring grammar or long lists of rules today. Just a smart and simple technique using real conversations to help you sound natural and confident.
And if you've ever felt frustrated by slow speech or awkward pauses, stick with us. This episode might change how you practice English forever. You don't want to miss it.
So before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you're here to grow your fluency, you're in the right place, and we're here to help every step of the way.
All right, let's get into it. The technique we're talking about today is practicing with real conversations. It means using natural, everyday dialogues to train your brain to think and speak in English, just like native speakers do in real-life situations.
When we say real conversations, we mean those that sound natural and spontaneous, not textbook dialogues. It could be a chat between friends, coworkers, or even casual small talk. The idea is to immerse yourself in how English is actually spoken.
The magic of this technique is that it trains multiple skills at once. You're not just learning new words, you're improving listening, pronunciation, sentence flow, and speed, all together, in a way that feels much more alive and realistic than traditional study methods.
And here's why it works so well. Your brain starts to recognize patterns in the language. You hear how words connect, how emotions change tone, and how people really express themselves. This makes your own speaking much more natural and confident.
Instead of memorizing isolated phrases, you're experiencing how English actually functions in communication. That's the key to fluency, understanding how native speakers interact, respond, and flow through everyday situations.
Think about it. When you listen to natural conversations, you're also learning when to pause, when to stress a word, or how to use a phrase in context. These details make a huge difference in how clear and fluent you sound when you speak.
It's also more fun and motivating. You're not just reading boring scripts, you're connecting with real voices, emotions, and everyday situations. That makes your practice feel more meaningful and much easier to stick with over time.
Plus, this kind of practice prepares you for real-life speaking situations. You'll recognize common expressions, slang, or filler words that people use all the time. So when you actually talk to someone, you're ready, not frozen.
And the best part is that you can do this with materials you already enjoy. A short video, podcast, or recorded dialogue becomes your training tool. No need for anything fancy, just real English, spoken naturally, used intentionally.
So, if you've been wondering how to bridge the gap between learning and speaking, this is it. Real conversation practice gives you the tools and confidence you need to speak English clearly, fast, and without overthinking every word.
Let's say you find a short English conversation, like a scene from a podcast, a video clip, or just a recorded dialogue. You listen to it, then you pause and repeat each line out loud, trying to match the speed, tone, and rhythm of the original speaker as closely as possible.
Now imagine we're your practice partners. We'll give you a simple, natural dialogue, and your job is to repeat after each sentence. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on sounding natural and matching the flow of how we speak. That's the whole point of this exercise.
Here's the conversation. Hey, Sarah, do you have any plans for this weekend? That's your first sentence. Now pause the audio and say it out loud. Really try to copy the tone. Don't just say the words, but how they're said. That's where fluency begins.
And here's my part. Not really. I was thinking about going for a walk in the park. maybe read a book. What about you? Go ahead and repeat that line now. Pay attention to how the words are connected and how the voice rises and falls naturally.
Next line. That sounds relaxing. I might visit a friend and grab some coffee. Nothing too exciting. This is how people speak casually. Listen again if you need to, then repeat it, trying to catch the pace and the calm, relaxed tone.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a slow weekend, just time to recharge and do nothing special. That's a very typical sentence in conversation. If you can say it naturally, you're building real speaking ability, not just textbook knowledge.
This kind of shadowing practice is powerful. You're not just repeating sounds, you're stepping into a real conversation, like you're part of it. And every time you do this, your brain becomes more familiar with how English is truly spoken.
You'll also notice small things, like contractions or connected speech. For example, we say gonna instead of going to, or wanna instead of want to. These are super common in real conversations, and practicing them makes you sound more fluent.
And if a sentence feels too fast, no problem. Slow it down, repeat it a few times, and build up speed gradually. The point is to become comfortable with it. Over time, your mouth and brain will move together, and fluency will start to feel natural.
The more you do this, the easier it becomes. You start hearing patterns, anticipating the next phrase, and speaking with less hesitation. It's not magic. It's just consistent practice with real English. And anyone can do it, including you.
One of the biggest benefits of practicing with real conversations is that your brain starts to process English the same way native speakers do. Instead of translating, you begin to understand and respond naturally, which makes your speaking much faster and more automatic.
You'll also notice that your pronunciation improves a lot, even if you're not focusing on it directly. That's because you're copying natural speech patterns, so your mouth and tongue start adapting to the sounds and rhythms of real English without you needing to think about each sound.
Another benefit is increased listening comprehension. When you're regularly exposed to real conversations, your ears get better at catching connected speech, different accents, and variations in tone. You'll understand English more easily and respond more confidently.
And let's not forget vocabulary. Instead of learning words in isolation, you hear them used in context. You learn how certain expressions are used naturally in real life. That makes it easier to remember them and use them correctly in your own conversations.
This technique also reduces fear and hesitation. When you're used to hearing and repeating real conversations, speaking becomes less stressful. You feel more prepared because you've practiced exactly the kind of English you'll hear in real situations.
Another great advantage is that it builds speaking confidence quickly. Every time you repeat a conversation and notice your improvement, even a little, you feel more motivated to keep going. That confidence makes a big difference when speaking with others.
Practicing this way also helps develop better flow. You'll stop speaking word by word and start forming full, fluid sentences. That makes your English easier to understand, more pleasant to listen to, and far more effective in communication.
It also saves you time. Instead of trying to study too many grammar rules, you're learning the patterns through use. This is how children learn language, and it works for adults too. Practice leads to progress, and progress brings results.
And the truth is, most fluent speakers didn't get there by memorizing lists. They got there by listening, repeating, and using English consistently. That's what we're encouraging you to do here. Focus on what works in the real world.
So, if your goal is to speak English fast and clearly, this is one of the most effective paths you can follow. You don't need perfection. You need progress, repetition, and real conversation input. That's the true foundation of fluency.
Let's break it down into simple steps so you can start today. First, choose a short, natural conversation in English. Something you enjoy, like a podcast clip, a scene from a show, or even a recording made for learners. It should be short, clear, and realistic.
Once you've chosen your audio, listen to it all the way through without stopping. This helps you get the overall feel of the conversation, how fast it moves, the emotions, and the rhythm. Don't worry if you don't understand every word at first. Just listen.
Next, go back and play one sentence at a time. After each sentence, pause the audio and repeat out loud. Try to copy the pronunciation, rhythm, and even the emotion behind the words. You're not just saying the sentence, you're becoming part of it.
After you've repeated each sentence once, go back and do it again. This time, focus even more on the natural flow. Try to reduce your accent, improve your tone, and get closer to how the original speaker sounds. This kind of focused repetition is powerful.
Then, once you've practiced all the lines individually, try to repeat the entire conversation without looking or listening. Just from memory. You don't have to be perfect. The goal is to speak smoothly and confidently using the same structure and expressions.
If you want to go even deeper, you can record yourself. Listen to your own voice and compare it with the original. This might feel strange at first, but it's a great way to notice your strengths and areas to improve. You'll progress much faster this way.
Make this a daily habit. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough to see big improvements over time. Don't wait for the perfect moment or ideal environment. Just pick one conversation and practice wherever you are, whenever you can.
You can also keep a small notebook or app with phrases and expressions you liked from the conversation. Review them often and try to use them in your own sentences. This helps you take what you hear and make it your own. That's how fluency grows.
If a conversation feels too hard, don't quit. Try something simpler, but keep the habit going. The key is consistency, not perfection. You'll get better by showing up every day and putting in a little effort with the right focus.
So remember, short, clear audio, sentence-by-sentence practice, repetition, shadowing, recording yourself, and daily use. These steps will make a huge difference in your fluency, and it's all based on real English you can use right away.
One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to speak too fast before they're ready. They rush through the sentences and lose all clarity. Fluency doesn't mean speed. It means speaking clearly, naturally, and with confidence, even if it's slower at first.
Another common error is being too focused on getting every single word perfect. That leads to frustration and hesitation. Remember, in real conversations, even native speakers don't speak perfectly. Focus on the message, not just the individual words.
A lot of learners also skip the repetition step. They listen once, repeat once, and then move on. But true improvement happens through repetition. Saying the same line 5 or 6 times allows your brain and mouth to work together more effectively.
Some people choose conversations that are too advanced or too long. That can quickly become overwhelming and discouraging. It's much better to start small. A short, simple dialogue practiced well is more valuable than a complex one rushed through.
Another mistake is ignoring intonation and rhythm. If you focus only on the words and not how they're said, your speech can sound robotic or flat. That's why copying the speaker's voice patterns is so important. It brings your English to life.
People also give up too soon because they feel awkward listening to their own voice or think they're not improving fast enough. But feeling uncomfortable is part of the process. Keep going, even when it feels strange. That's how you grow.
Practicing only once a week is another trap. Language needs frequency. Even a few minutes a day is more effective than one long session per week. The brain learns through consistency, not intensity. Daily small steps will get you much farther.
Many learners forget to speak out loud. They think silently or just repeat in their mind. But your mouth needs practice too. Saying it out loud helps your muscles memorize the movement, and that's how you build fluency and confidence when speaking.
People also tend to compare themselves too much to others. That's a huge mistake. Everyone learns at a different speed. What matters is your progress, your consistency, and your effort, not how fast someone else is improving. Stay focused on your path.
And finally, a lot of learners wait until they feel ready before they start speaking. But that moment never really comes. The best time to speak is now, even if you're not perfect. Fluency comes from doing, not from waiting. Start small, but start today.
All right, here's a simple challenge for you. Today, pick just one short conversation in English, maybe from this podcast, a YouTube video, or a dialogue app, and practice it using the technique we shared. Keep it short and repeat it several times out loud.
Don't worry about being perfect. Your goal is to sound more natural and confident each time you repeat it. Focus on rhythm, tone, and flow. If you can do this with one conversation, you're already training the core of your English fluency.
You can do this challenge in just 5 to 10 minutes. Set a timer, put on your headphones, and go line by line. Pause, repeat, shadow, and speak. Do this once a day for the next 7 days, and you'll start noticing real improvement, faster than you expect.
To make it more powerful, record yourself one time each day and compare the first and last recording after a week. You'll hear real progress. And if you stick with this habit for 2 weeks or more, your confidence will absolutely skyrocket.
Make it your routine, like brushing your teeth or checking your phone. It's short, simple, and highly effective. If you want to speak clearly and fluently, this is one of the best ways to train consistently without needing hours of study.
You can even turn this into a game. Choose different topics each day, like ordering food, making weekend plans, or having a friendly chat. Keep it fun, light, and real. The more variety you practice, the more natural your speaking becomes.
And if you ever get bored or stuck, just switch the material. Try a different voice, a different accent, or a new dialogue. Keep the practice fresh and interesting so it becomes something you look forward to, not just another task.
At the end of each session, say 1 or 2 sentences of your own using the same structure or vocabulary. This shows your brain that you're not just copying, you're creating. That's how you make real English your own.
So here's the challenge. For the next 7 days, practice one short English conversation each day. Listen, repeat, speak out loud, and try to improve your fluency step by step. If you do it, you'll be amazed by how much easier speaking feels.
And if you accept the challenge, let us know in the comments. Write, "I'm doing the 7-day speaking challenge." We'll be watching and cheering for you. You've got this. Just start, stay consistent, and let your voice grow stronger every day.
Today we showed you how practicing with real conversations can completely change the way you speak English. It helps you sound more natural, more confident, and much more fluent, even if you only practice for a few minutes each day.
We explained how this technique works, gave you a step-by-step guide, showed you what to avoid, and even challenged you to start right away. This is one of the most effective ways to improve quickly and feel real progress in your speaking.
When you train with real English, used by real people in real situations, you're not just learning, you're building your skills for life. You stop translating, you stop hesitating, and you start speaking in a clear, confident, and relaxed way.
We also reminded you that it doesn't take hours of study, just consistency. A few minutes a day, repeating, shadowing, and speaking out loud will move you closer to fluency faster than memorizing long grammar lists ever could.
So, now it's your turn. Start practicing today. Choose one short conversation, repeat it out loud, and focus on speaking with clarity and flow. You already have the tools. You just need to use them with intention and consistency.
And we want to hear from you. What's one thing you learned today that you're excited to try? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Your comment might help inspire someone else who's also learning to speak better English.
If you've watched all the way to the end, it means you're truly committed to your English journey. So let us know. Write the word SPEAK in the comments so we know you're part of our growing community of motivated learners.
Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're here every week with new episodes to help you speak English with clarity, confidence, and joy. Your journey is just beginning, and we're here with you every step of the way.